The days of passive uploads on Amazon Merch are over. Here's what the new system means and how to actually benefit from it. So for this video I prepared a nice old school presentation, and yeah, basically this is the message that we got from Amazon Merch. And as you can see, these news are about a month old now. I hadn't made a video about these news at the time because the things that are mentioned weren't implemented. But now that Amazon implemented most of these things, I now want to talk about it and give my thoughts about it. So once you click this link, you get to this resource page. And yeah, basically these are the facts that we got from Amazon. But let's break it down step by step. So here we have the publishing and pricing FAQ. And you may stop the video right now and read it for yourself and think about it, because in my opinion it's written in a cryptic style. So here's what I think about it. Here's my translation of these words. So first of all, they write, delight our customers with high quality products. That's right here in this passage. And I think the translation of this is, yeah, we will delete the trash. There are just too many low quality designs on Amazon. And what's even worse, if there's a bestseller, there are hundreds or even thousands AI copies of this bestseller. And yeah, this really doesn't make any sense. Next, they write sharply priced products, right in the same passage. Yeah, and I would say sharply priced products is just an euphemism for cheaper products. But I think that's always the goal of Amazon, to get the best price possible for the customers. Next, we got prioritize productive selection. That's right here in this passage. And I think that just means show customers what they want to buy. So yeah, of course, productive selections, these are nice words. And I think they mean by that the customer sees a product, clicks it, and buys the product. So if the customer has a selection of basically the same product or the same design over and over again on the search results, it really doesn't make any sense for the customer and for Amazon. Next, they write streamline our catalog. And I would say they really mean delete old and unsold designs. That just goes hand in hand with the bullet point before. And lastly, they write optimize pricing. And by that, I think they mean reduce prices and give discounts. Yeah, I think optimized pricing is just another euphemism. Okay, so next we got the account tiers. So they write previously tier levels were based on lifetime account sales. So for example, if you got 10k sales, you will then get promoted to tier 20k. But now they changed it. Tiers will be calculated based on both the number and percentage of products and designs sold in the last 12 months. So not lifetime sales, but the last 12 months sales. And not even the number of sales, but also the percentage. So comparing to the old system, this is way more strict. Next, they write your tier level will adjust based on recent performance across our stores, helping maintain a fresh and relevant catalog. So they write tier level will adjust. And by adjusting means, yeah, there are tier ups or tier downs. And they already happened, but we get to that later. And by the way, as I'm filming this video, I'm still tier 30k. So nothing has changed yet. Next, they write across our stores. So they mean all marketplaces. I also added a question mark. So we got these marketplaces, these 7 marketplaces. So if it really will adjust based on recent performance across all our stores, this would be a problem for most of the sellers, because for most sellers the main focus market is the .com market, or for some Germans it's the German market. But if your main focus market is the .com market and you just upload your designs with a translated listing and they rarely sell on these other marketplaces, it would make much less sense to upload to these other marketplaces. So if they really mean all marketplaces, then I would just focus on the strongest marketplace. I already do that because the American marketplace is my strongest marketplace, and I upload my new designs only on the American marketplace. And then they write helping maintain a fresh and relevant catalog. And yeah, I would say they mean we don't want old unsold designs that customers don't want to buy. So here are some tier downs that already happened, even for bigger accounts. And I got these screenshots from the POD Discord community from Philip Anders, which I can really recommend, and the Merch Momentum Facebook group, and from YouTube. So here's a person that got a tier down from tier 20k to 10k, and then the same person got a tear down from 10k to 1k, and that's really hard. And that was a friend of this person, but he got also tiered down from tier 100k to 60k, and he had about 62k designs online. So his new tier is about the same number as his online designs. Here we have the POD YouTuber Adam Young, and he recently made a video about his tear down. He got tiered down from tier 100k to 50k, and if you take a closer look, he has about 48k designs online. So you can see a pattern right here. Next we got the POD YouTuber RJ Martinez, and he got tiered down from tier 200k to 50k. Now here are 2 screenshots from his account. He has about 46k designs online. So again, we can see a pattern. Next we got someone that got tiered down from tier 500 to tier 25. So that's a relatively small account where that happened. And here we have someone that got tiered down from tier 200k to 40k. And as you can see on this screenshot right here, he has about 35,000 designs online. So again, there's a pattern. So people that got tiered down go to about the same level as their designs that are online. But I even saw some people that got a tier down and had a bit of more designs online than their new tier. But we also got some people that got a tier up, and these were basically just small accounts. So this person got promoted from tier 10 to tier 25, and he sold 5 designs in his account. And this person jumped from tier 25 to tier 100, as you can see right here, and he sold 22 designs. So tier ups are happening, but I couldn't find tier ups for big accounts. So let's jump to the next bullet point from Amazon, the variation selection. So right here they write, optimize the number of variations, fits and colors per product listing as it launches and gains in sales. Yeah, and that just means they add more colors and fits, and they add additional variations to products. And Amazon already did that, even before this announcement. So here's an example for that. So it's a sloth design. And let's scroll down right here. You can see that it's quite old. It's over 5 years old. And when you scroll up, you can see that it's got a lot of colors right here. And 5 years ago, you couldn't add that many colors. So Amazon has added these colors to this product. I also think these sizes were not available at that time. At least not these extra large sizes. Next, we got the bullet point product deletion. So they write, we are resuming our policy of removing products that haven't sold in a while. And yeah, they're absolutely right. In the past, they deleted products that have not sold for a year, I think. And they stopped doing that in 2020, I think. So what I mean by that, they keep products live if they have at least one order in the last 18 months. And that means designs that are older or haven't sold in the last 1.5 years will be deleted. So what can you do about that? So to avoid that, you can reduce the prices of these products to hope for an extra sale. This applies to products that have sold but stopped selling and products that have never sold. So why should you even keep them online? Well, it's to have enough sellers in your portfolio to get to the next tier. Because ideally you want products in your portfolio that sell just once in a while. Because if your products will be a bestseller, then it's most likely that Amazon takes your products on discounts. But nevertheless, I think product deletion is a good thing, because the Amazon marketplace is just flooded with bad AI designs or like scaled designs that don't make any sense and just confuse the customer. So next we got the pricing and royalties bullet point. So they write, Amazon determines final list pricing to ensure competitiveness. And what do they mean by that? Well, basically you set the price, but Amazon can adjust it anytime. And by adjusting, they will probably mean reduce it or run a holiday discount, for example. And yeah, Amazon already does this. So my advice to counteract these actions is to start with a price of $19.99 for the standard t-shirt. But even $22.99 works good for some niches. But that really depends on the niche itself. And it doesn't really work for kids t-shirts. So next, I think you should have high prices for premium shirts, v-necks, sweatshirt, hoodies, so that you get about $5 to $9 of royalties to counteract these lower royalties on standard t-shirts if they get reduced. And I really think that customers are not that price sensitive on these type of products. Next, we got deals. So they say they will do promotional deals. And of course, in the past, they already did that. But now you can't opt out of deals and reduce prices. And before, well, basically they sent you an email and then you could write back, yeah, that you don't want that. But now you can't say no to that. So my advice would be that you would have high prices to begin with, so you will still get good royalties. And yeah, I tested $22.99 for the standard t-shirt and it works quite good. It depends on the niche, but just give it a try. And maybe test even higher pricing. And keep in mind that you can always go back. If you're scared of doing that, just test it on a shirt that hasn't sold in a while, so that you have basically nothing to lose. So here's what I personally do. I always try to keep my slots filled because, as you saw it in the screenshots that I showed you, all the people that got a tier down from a big account were adjusted to the tier that equals to the number of designs that are online on the account. But of course, don't fill your slots with junk or scaled designs, but with high quality original designs that customers want to buy. Because with these changes, it makes even less sense to upload junk. I also go ahead with my small niche approach so that I have no real bestsellers. And what I mean by that, well, I don't really want bestsellers that sell hundreds of times a day, because then there's a high chance that Amazon takes these designs and puts a discount on them. So I would rather have a lot of designs in a lot of niches, and in this case very small and small niches, and these selling designs will add up, and it's most unlikely that Amazon will reduce these shirts. And as you're in small niches, you don't have that level of competition, so you can price way higher than in big niches. And once designs get deleted, I always want to upload more. So of course that goes hand in hand with the first bullet point. And my starting price point for the standard t-shirt is $19.99. And I also do high pricing for the other products, especially for the products that I just mentioned before. And I even have $22.99 for some standard t-shirts. And really they work surprisingly good. I also gonna rotate or delete designs by myself, so even before Amazon deletes them. And I try to reduce prices for former sellers to revive them. So here's the conclusion. Well, first of all, don't get demotivated. Take these changes as a chance. I'm on merch since 2019 and there were always big changes. And I'm really sure this is not the last change. I really don't think that's the end of the program, but we have to adapt, that's for sure. Just see this as a reset that had to be done. And yeah, as I've said, the marketplace is just flooded with bad AI designs, which also repeat over and over again. But also don't try to cut corners by uploading bad, infringing, or even copycat designs. So yeah, AI makes this really easy, but just don't do it. Your account safety should be always priority number one. So play by the rules, learn and try to improve just a bit every day. So here's some 2 simple actions that you can do. Be active in your account and upload well-researched high-quality designs. Because if you just do that, you will get rewarded with sales. And also if you have an ads account, use this ads account, because an ads account is like adding fuel to the fire. So of course you want to take advantage of it. Now if you want to know how to create high quality designs, complete with a great listing, then check out this video right here.